Hi there, BookTube. It has been a hot second, so I don't blame you if you don't know me for multiple reasons, but mainly because I haven't uploaded here in 2 years, and before that it was like a 6-year break. So, yeah, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Luke. I used to go by, I think my first handle was Catastrophe Reader, and then it was Bookish Escapes or something like that. And then, just now, I was like, well, I'm starting to go by my real name online. So you know what? May as well. And here we are. Yeah, so if you don't know me, which is very likely, I do have another YouTube channel where I primarily play games. It's called Paper Runes TV. It is somewhat successful in terms of, like, in my eyes, it's somewhat successful. Yeah. This is primarily about, like, book stuff. So, yeah. Or this channel is specifically. Yeah. So today I decided to hop back into things, and I'm going to discuss books that I kind of hope to read or finish reading before the end of this year, which is very ambitious, considering I have fallen into quite the reading slump, multiple times this year, and, I've got a few books, but I feel like being ambitious is fun, so why not? So first off, the book that or one of the two books that I'm currently reading, Animal Farm, by, George Orwell. I know it's a weird one. I never read it in school. And part of why I wanted to read it in the first place is because I never read it in school. So yeah, I'm currently on chapter 4? No, that's 6. 6. I'm currently on chapter 6. Listen, in my defense, it is, how'd you word it? It's Roman numerals, as opposed to, like, regular numbers, and, I'm not too used to reading Roman numerals, so, yeah. Then the second book that I'm currently reading that I probably won't finish, but, like, I can hope, is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I am a little over halfway done with this book. That's how much I've got left. But it's quite a girthy read, quite a substantial read, and I am enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but it's very kind of difficult to get into at times. I was about to say, hence why I'm reading Animal Farm, but I don't really think that is the best example of a light read. Oh well. So the next book that I definitely want to read before the end of 2025, that I probably won't, but I have it in my possession, and it's very difficult to get in the UK. Rules for Fake Girlfriends by Reagan Revert. Ray is actually a good friend of mine. They did not send me this book, I bought it myself, so it's not sponsored or anything. But I have been so excited to read this since they told me all about it, like, last year, 2 years ago, something like that. And the entire time I have been so excited to read this book, so I'm very excited that I have it in my possession, and I'm going to read it at some point soon. Also, look how cute the cover is, like, and that's just the dust jacket, and then you've got that. Like, it's so cute. Ray, what the hell? You did such a good job. So finally, the books that I Probably not gonna read, or at least complete reading, by the end of this year, but once again, could only hope. First off is Maurice by E.M. Forrester. You'll see a lot of classics and like modern classics in this. In fact, I think the rest are all classics or modern classics. And the reason being is that I never read a bunch of these in school. Besides one, but we'll get to that. And this is supposed to be a very classic, queer book. And in case you can't tell, I'm queer. But yeah, so this is supposed to be one of the very classic, gay literature, that was published in a time where being gay or being queer or whatever wasn't necessarily accepted. It says here 1970. So yeah. And then we're down to the last two books. And the first one of those is it's upside down. To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, I read this in school. I remember absolutely hating it, but I also just absolutely hated school and being forced to do things. Not that I was a bad student, it's just that I had the worst time in school. I did not have a great time, no. But yeah, so I want to reread this and see if I like it any better, because it's important to me to give books a fair shot. And then finally, the last book that I'm hoping to read. I probably, like I said, I probably won't finish it this year, but at least start on it. 1984 by George Orwell. Once again, George Orwell book. Once again, one that was read in my school, but my class never did it. The classic literature that my school, my class did was like To Kill a Mockingbird, and then we went on to like Romeo and Juliet, which I just did not enjoy. I have to admit, I'm not the biggest Shakespeare fan. But yeah, so I'm excited to read this, especially because I know it's very, it could be very, what's it called? Useful to read at this time, at this point in time. No, it's, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It's very kind of similar to what the world's experiencing right now. Relevant. It's relevant. So I'm excited to read this. Also because I really like kind of, dystopian books that kind of are not likely to, but like could very well happen. I really like books that, well, maybe not, well, maybe not like definitely gonna happen or like likely to happen. I like books that give a view of this could happen if we don't change the way we're going, because it makes me think. Yeah, so that is 6 books that I would like to read before the end of this year, and it is currently halfway through November, so I probably won't get to them, but I'm trying to think positively. So if I can finish reading one and then get started on another, you know, that might be good. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. You can find me on social media, which is all linked below. Yeah, I also, I do have a Twitter, which, and a TikTok, both of which aren't necessarily book themed, but, how do I word this? They were kind of just me doing whatever I wanted to do, while still acknowledging that it has my real name linked to the account. Yeah, so, I did some covers of songs. I'm not the best singer, but I did them. Yeah. And other stuff. Yeah, cool. So they'll be linked down in the description below. If you want to see more stuff from me, feel free to subscribe. I'm now going to go and edit this video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.